These sensitive ass that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super police. Just be trying to have fun.
If Busta ever try to film me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should have with that 9 million, but the devil, yo. Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't coming.
Busta Rhymes is reportedly fuming right now, and word is, he's threatening 50 Cent over some explosive footage that's allegedly set to drop in 50's upcoming documentary on Diddy. Now, we already know that 50 Cent has been collecting receipts on Diddy and those infamous FO parties for years. But what's got Busta so bothered is that sources are claiming there's actual video of him caught deep in the mix with Diddy. And that's just the beginning. A few months ago, Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, came out and said Busta had allegedly been into fun boys for years, and that the club scene always knew what was up. According to him, club promoters would line up young men in VIP just to keep Busta entertained whenever he rolled through. Now it's looking like 50 Cent might have the footage to prove it. Insiders say there's a clip from one of Diddy's parties showing Busta and Diddy involved in a full-blown freak-off with several men, allegedly former employees that Diddy had hired. But hold up, it gets messy, eh? Multiple men are now stepping forward, claiming Busta made inappropriate advances toward them. They say that whenever they crossed paths with him, he was always trying to get them to party with him, Diddy style. At this point, it's starting to look like Busta might be the next to get fully exposed. And with 50 Cent producing this Netflix documentary, Busta's threats aren't likely to stop anything. If anything, he might have just secured himself a bigger role in the film. So now the question is, why is Busta panicking all of a sudden? What does 50 Cent really have on him? And how bad is this about to get? Let's break it all down.
Busta, I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the...
With all the drama and accusations flying around Busta Rhymes, you already know 50 Cent wasn't about to stay quiet. Right before hitting the stage with Busta at the Humor and Harmony Comedy Fest, 50 took a jab online, worried Busta might show up in something outrageous like that infamous yellow outfit from the 1999 MTV VMAs. He even posted a throwback pic of Busta in the wild getup, writing, "Busta cannot wear this to Humor and Harmony. Busta, I don't care who made the outfit, you gotta come with some flyish to Shreveportal." But Busta clapped back just as hard. He shared an AI-generated photo of 50 Cent, captioning it, "I keep telling y'all the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop." Then he added, "I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent, and you out here looking like this? Don't let me find out this is how you be in the mirror preparing your look for Shreveport." The time, it all seemed like playful trolling, just two hip-hop legends roasting each other. But now, things are starting to feel way more serious. Sources are saying 50 wasn't just joking, and that he might actually have real footage of Busta in compromising situations involving Diddy. But before we get to that bombshell, we've got to rewind and talk about the VIP allegations. If you haven't heard, Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, recently sat down with the Art of Dialogue and made some wild claims. He flat out called Busta a super zest monster, alleging that Busta's been moving real suspect around young men for years. According to Big Homie, this has been an industry open secret, especially among club promoters. Allegedly, anytime Busta was booked at a party, promoters already knew the drill. His VIP section had to be stocked with entertainment. So now, with 50 Cent teasing receipts and that documentary still in the works, is Busta about to be the next one exposed? Stay tuned, it's getting messier by the minute.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack.
Big Homie CC also shared a wild story about a night at the club with actor and model Don Benjamin and one of Don's friends, who was gay. According to Big Homie, the moment Busta Rhymes saw this guy, it was on. He said Busta quickly pulled the man into his VIP section and wouldn't let him leave. Busta was reportedly all over him the whole night, keeping him close and making sure he didn't go anywhere. And this wasn't just a one-time thing. Big Homie claimed that club promoters already knew what Busta liked. So whenever he showed up, they'd make sure to have good-looking men ready for his section, because once Busta picked someone, it was a done deal. Now, with all these stories surfacing and 50 Cent possibly holding video proof, things aren't looking good for Busta.
Bro, if you in the mix, like I've been in the mix.
Big Homie also claimed that Busta was calling the guy cute all night, and once he pulled him into VIP, that man wasn't going anywhere. According to him, Busta was completely locked in, giving the guy non-stop attention and making sure he stayed right by his side the whole time.
So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around, I'm like, man, did he just say that? Man, you got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
Pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy, he couldn't believe that.
Now here's where it gets even wilder. According to Big Homie CC, the industry has known about Busta Rhymes' real preferences for over a decade. When asked why no one ever exposed him, Big Homie said, "It's simple. Everybody wants to be in that VIP section with Busta." But then Big Homie dropped another bombshell that hasn't gotten nearly enough attention: Busta's alleged history of putting his hands on women. And according to him, there might be a deeper reason behind it. Big Homie suggested that, like many down-low men, Busta might be carrying resentment toward women, possibly tied to his own struggles with identity.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How can we think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much, they want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people, it's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like, nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna kill you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like, you know, bro, most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't want to be themselves.
crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get a girl. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So, and what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God.
But if you think this is just one former bodyguard stirring the pot for clout, think again. A whole lineup of men has come forward with their own wild Busta Rhymes stories. Back in 2020, social media personality Trip Ollie went on YouTube and claimed that Busta tried to pick him up in New York City while he was on his way to a Halloween party.
I'm walking, New York City, you know, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, you know, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. Friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. You know, Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I'm like, and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? You know, and then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, you know, looking around, you know, looked at me, you know, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still...
Trip said Busta personally invited him into VIP, and at first he thought it was just a normal club situation, but according to Trip, things quickly took a turn, and it ended up being a lot more intense than he expected.
He says, you know, I'm about to go in this club. You know, we got a section. You know, you can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, you know, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, you know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists.
So things took a wild turn when Trip got into a heated argument with his friend, who wasn't feeling the idea of going to Busta's party. The argument got so intense, it turned into a full-blown fight. Trip was so shaken up, he decided to cancel the whole club plan altogether. To make it worse, his friend ended up leaving him stranded in the middle of New York City. But honestly, that might have been a blessing in disguise, because who knows what could have gone down if Trip actually made it to Busta's VIP section. Fast forward to 2021, and the streets started buzzing again. Busta was allegedly back outside, once again trying to pick up men. And to make things even messier, paparazzi reportedly caught him leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman. But it doesn't stop there. Just recently, actor Orlando Brown had the internet in shambles again after claiming he'd been with multiple industry men, not just Diddy but Busta Rhymes too. In his words, we made love. We made love. Who?
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker try to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not naming them?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
Now, I know most people don't take Orlando Brown too seriously when he goes on one of his wild rants, but if you really pay attention to some of his more recent interviews where he seems way more clear-headed, you might start to notice he's actually making a lot of sense.
Documentary comes out called Quiet on Set.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
Oh man, not the exhale.
Well, shout out to Nick Cannon. I won't do his money like that. What I will do is I'll say that the owner of Nickelodeon is Jeffrey Epstein. The guy that they've been trying to follow. And okay, now look at the characteristics of everything they said, and then look at everything that he did. I'm not gonna do that to Nick's money though. That's my brother. Like, I'm not doing